So today is the start of amazing things. We are starting the first ever edition of Quidax Merchant Academy, the webinar series. And we will be starting with, yes, please, a round of applause. I want more hands. I want more hands. I want more hands. Thank you. I promise you this session is going to be engaging and very straight to the point. Today, we are going to be learning from one of the best to do it. I will leave him to introduce himself later, so so he can do justice to what he does. But he's one of the best to do it. And starting with him today, we'll be talking about from zero to merchant, how to launch your P2P business on Quidax. And at the end of the lesson, at the end of this webinar, we expect that everybody here knows why P2P trading is a legit side hustle, what you need to become a Quidax merchant, and a step-by-step guide to setting up your merchant profile. You would also learn how to set up first trades, how to navigate safely and avoid common mistakes that people make when trying to be P2P merchants. So I'm going to hand over the mic to our first professor for this webinar series. Hi, Richard.
Hi, Hebo. How are you today?
Fine, thank you. How are you too?
I'm doing amazing. So it's a pleasure to be here and to be the speaker of the day. So without wasting much time, I'm Richard Olatunde, and my trading nickname, most people call me Pandosh. I've been in the P2P space for over 5 years now. And it's been a lot of experience, mistakes, but I mean, all thanks to God, we are still here. So quickly we move to the business of the day without any further delay. Please, I would like every one of us to pay close attention, because whatever message you are passing today might be useful for you today, in the nearest future, just anything, whatever. I would like you to also pick your pen, jot some important things down also. Thank you for that. So quickly, I'll be talking on the first point is I'll be talking on how to start trading on Quidax. So the first thing you're meant to do is you get a Quidax account, complete the verification process, which is the normal thing to do. It's also required that you carry out your first deposit, NGN or crypto or whatever. So you do all of that for you to be able to have a good and standard Quidax account. So the next thing that you have to do, just do a couple of few trades on the Quidax platform, and then you apply for merchants on Quidax. It doesn't take too long, trust me, very fast, unlike other foreign exchange that you have to apply and then wait for days. This is very, very fast. I applied myself, I think within a day, I got it, not even up to 2 hours. You get verified as a merchant if you meet the requirements. That's if you meet the requirement. As soon as you get verified as a merchant, I believe you want to have the experience before setting up an advert. And if you don't have the experience before you set up an advert, please just pay attention while I walk you through the process. So the first thing when you set an advert, you should ask yourself, what do you want to do? What niche do I want to pick? For some people, they want to trade stable coins like USDT. For some other persons, they want to do BTC. Some other people want to do Ethereum, just all kind of different assets like that. But most especially in P2P space, I think the most common for is BTC, USDT, Ethereum, and maybe BNB. Those are the most common for that people trade on P2P exchange. But if we take a look at the Quidax system, Quidax has narrowed it down to majorly USDT. if you're friendly with the Quidax platform, you see that it's just USDT there. And why is it that it's just USDT? Because USDT is the most asset people sell. Most people, when you buy your BTC, you convert to USDT directly without wasting time, because you know that calculating, you're trying to avoid volatility of unstable coins. So what they do is they swap to USDT very quick so that they don't lose value, and then sell on the P2P platform to be able to get the local currency. So after setting adverts, before you set adverts, I made mention that you should ask yourself, what do you want to do? Why am I here? Instead of I should be somewhere else, maybe catching fun, doing some other things, but why am I doing this? And I want to believe the major reason why people would want to be on the P2P platform, if you want to be a maker, that's if you want to be a merchant. The major reason why you're there is you want to make money. I believe that's the major reason why anyone will stay on any platform, because if you're not making money, then it doesn't make any sense. So after doing that, the next thing you have to do is you have out a framework for yourself. Do I want to buy on Quidas to sell on other exchange, more like arbitrage? Do I want to keep buying on Quidas and sell on Quidas? Do I do the both buying, both buy and sell on Quidas platform? Do I want to buy on Quidas and sell on other platform? Do I want to buy on Quidas and take it to other trusted escrow groups outside the local exchange? Just know what you want. That's the first thing. You know what you want, then you know how to navigate. So for persons like me, when I started, we started with the back then we started with Binance. That was when merchant was still popular then. So then we started with Binance. So what we do then is we buy and then we sell, but not anymore. I don't do that anymore. What we do is mostly we sell to company, and which is the same thing. As you grow in this business, you try very hard to see how you can level up your game. That's just what I would say. So for smaller traders now, let me just go straight to the point, because I want to believe most of us here we are new into the P2P business, or maybe we've been doing it for a very long time and we don't get it. We don't have a framework that brings money for us. So if you're doing USDT, you say I would explain how to create ads on Quidas later, but firstly, I want to give you a framework that will be useful for you. So if take for instance, if your capital is 1 million naira, or maybe 1.5 million naira, if your capital is 1.5 million naira, which goes for 1,000 USDT thereabout. So the market has a very tight spread. I will not lie to anyone. It's not like a bed of roses out there. So you have to really work hard for you to be able to make something for yourself. So if you have a capital of 1 million to 1.5 million, which goes for 1,000 USDT. So what you need to do is you create a sale advert. That's where people come to sell to you. It's called a sale advert. You open a sale advert where people can come and open that they want to sell their coins to you. Then if you have a capital of 1 to 1.5 million, you need to understand the framework. Like P2P basically work like borrow the change. You have to stack it up small by small so that you can sell in bulk. As a beginner, that's the first thing you need to know. I'm buying it small by small so that I can sell in bulk. So for someone that has a capital of 1 million to 1.5 million naira, you're advised to create a sale advert where people come to sell to you. You do your minimum 50,000 naira and then you max it to the total amount of naira that you have. So when people come, create order, sell to you, you just stack them up bit by bit. As soon as you've gathered $1,000, that's if that's what you have. If you have below, it's fine. You just do what you have within your capacity. Nobody is actually forcing you to do what you don't have. You take that money, you buy them in bits, because I mean, Quidax, it's actually the local exchange that we have here that started P2P. So, and it's very soon it will catch up with other global P2P platform. So, but be patient. Be patient. People will come sell to you. As soon as they sell to you, you stack them up. As soon as you stack them up, you take it to the buy markets. As soon as you take it to the buy market, you open the buy ad where people can buy from you. You can sell in bits. And if you don't want to get your money in bits, you sell in bulk. So basically, this is the principle of P2P. I am buying in bits. Why am I buying in bits? I'm buying in bits because I know that the price that you're selling bits is going to be very cheap, or it will be cheaper than if I'm to buy it at bulk. If you I don't know if anyone knows the BDC market. If you want to buy $5,000, the amount you're going to pay will be more than you buying $100. That's basically the principle. So you've gathered it. Maybe market reference for today is 1480. Let's take, for instance, market reference today is 1480. You start it up at 1480. Then you go to the buy market, set a buy ad. After setting a buy ad, you open the buy ads. People come, click your trades, they buy from you. But I want to put this out there that it's not advisable that you buy one for 80 and then you sell one for 80. So you can make it, you want to do 2 naira spread since your capital is 1,000 naira. You make it, you open a sell ad, you make it 50,000 naira to any amount that the seller can click, and they just keep buying from you gradually. At the end of the day, if you set your buy at 1482, let's not worry, I'm going to practicalize it on my screen. I'll share my screen so that you can see whatever I'm doing. So you sell at 1482, that's a spread. It's called a spread of 2 naira. For that day, you've made 2 naira on $1,000. That's 2,000 naira. Let's remember, I'm talking about how you can trade, as how you can start your P2P journey, because you don't need to have all the money in the world before you start the career, which is one thing that has helped me up till now. When I started 2020, it wasn't like this. When I started small by small, and all thanks to God, I'm here. So you just take that money that you have now, open a sell ad, buy bit by bit on the Quidax platform, and then you take your spread. Maybe you want to sell 5 naira. Don't worry, people will come and buy from you. We have 140 million people in Nigeria. There's a whole lot of people using crypto. There's a whole lot of people trading crypto. So people will definitely come and buy from you. So set your ads, add your markup. The markup is, oh, I don't want to sell this market at 2 naira. I'm selling at 5 naira. Whatever it is, lay your markup on it and then set your price on the buy market. And then people come to buy from you. So that's the framework I'm talking about. And then if you have the capacity of maybe $10,000, $100,000, if you do $100,000 by 2 naira, you've made 2,000 naira. You've made 200,000 naira on each round. So let's imagine you have a capital of $20,000, $50,000, and you've traded at 2 naira spread, and you flip it over 5 times. You're making 2 naira on $50,000. That's 100,000 naira. Please, you can take your pen, jot it down. 2 naira spread on $50,000 is 100,000 naira. If you do a turnover of maybe $250,000, that's 5 times of $50,000. You've made 500K for the day for yourself. Basically, that's just a principle. So you act according to your capacity. And for those that don't have enough capital, you know that you have a lot of work to do. You should be on the market 24/7. So when I started, I was working at Felpet. one of the midstream oil and gas company here on the island. Um, I had to leave the job that I was doing, although it was more like a contract staff, but I had to leave the work that I was doing to start this P2P fully, and it has paid off. So one thing I feel like when people just start doing P2P, they are so lazy. They feel like I'm making 2,000 naira. Why am I making 2,000 naira? I mean, just be patient. You're doing a turnover. Imagine if you do 2,000 naira, or maybe you're making 10,000 naira per trip or per round, and you do it 5 times a day. You've made 50,000 naira. If you do 50,000 naira, multiply by 31 days, you've earned 1.5 million naira for yourself. You've earned 1.5 million naira for yourself. And yes, that's the truth. You've earned 1.5 million naira for yourself. So if you continue to flip this over before the year, you have something standard, something something good for your pocket. So that's I want everyone to hold this as the framework. So quickly, after that, when you're just starting, some of the mistakes people make is um someone pays you, you're taking too long to release the person assets. Someone is selling to you, you're taking too long to pay the person. How do you expect the person to come back? In a nutshell, the person will give you a negative review, put bad comments. When people click on your profile the next time, they don't even want to trade with you. So when you're starting, these are the things you need to avoid. You release coin on time if you're selling. If you're buying, if you're buying, you make payment very fast within the payment window. All thanks to Quidax, they have lengthy span of payment window. They have 30 to 90 minutes. If you feel like, okay, you don't just, if you're having bank problem, bank issues, just tell the person, be patient. I'm having bank issues. I'm on this transaction. I'll make your payments. And if you cannot make the payment, don't delay the person. Just explain to the person, show them evidence. In P2P, it's called peer-to-peer for a reason. Peer-to-peer means persons to person. In P2P, people lack communication. That's one thing they don't have. Your bank is not working. You're not telling the seller that your bank is not working. The first thing you need to do is, oh, hello, sir. Hi there. I'm trying to make this payment. My bank is not working. Kindly hold on. If you cannot hold on, revert to me so that I cancel the order. If the person cannot wait, the person will tell you that, oh, I don't have luxury of time. I need this money ASAP. I want to change this money ASAP. And then you guys will come to a mutual ground. And then you do what's needful in order to protect the interest of the escrow also. And P2P merchant, I want you to know that you're the representative of that particular exchange in whatever location you are. If you misbehave, people will go on the platform, people will go on Google Play Store to rate Creed as bad. So you need to do your best. And trust me, Quidax is coming with discipline because P2P marketplace entirely needs discipline. There's no reason why you're not paying for an order and you have the order on your list. If you're not paying, explain to the person that, oh, I don't have payment. Even if you don't have, Naira, you're not meant to be on the P2P platform. If you're not liquid enough, you want to learn, just keep observing, hold your phone, go through it. That's all. That's what you should be doing there. It's not a place to come and do practical whereby you joke with people's money. We need to correct that for most starters. You come to the platform, you just open ads, you don't have money because you know you don't want to pay for the order, and then you're holding the person down. Quidax will sanction you on that. It's not a place where you come and then you feel like, oh, you can scam people. It's Quidax will not tolerate that. So it's a lot of business here as a P2P merchant. If you know you want to be a merchant, fine, stay. If you know you don't want to be a merchant, you have the room to leave. But I would advise you that you stay. So that's just it. As a merchant, if you're starting your journey, one other thing you should know is you learn to use the shortest payment window. The shortest payment window. Quidax has a time span of 30 to 90 minutes. I would advise you to use 30 minutes because nobody wants to wait for 90 minutes before they get paid. So try as much as possible. If the payment window is 30 minutes, the first 5 minutes, do everything possible, pay. The next time the seller is coming, the buyer is coming, they're coming to your adverts. You're the first person they're thinking about. And trust me, when you maintain good completion rating, you have 100%, you'll be the first person everyone wants to sell to on the platform. So I would advise that we use shorter payment window. Also use friendly payment method. There are some banks that are not friendly at all. If you know your payment method will not be friendly, you're just coming into the business. You have nothing. You have nothing to gain by wasting people's time. Do everything possible. Sorry, I'm not promoting any brand here now, but get the faster payment method. A lot of people like all these microfinance bank, all these digital bank, all these digital payment channel, a place where you can process payment and the person is getting it instantly. The person is getting it instantly. And let's not forget the fact that even if you are a buyer or you're a seller, people want to blame you even if their payment method is not working. Maybe their bank is not working. They will tell you that no, it's your bank that is not working, knowing fully that it's their own bank that is not working. So most of the times, you have to be logical. Like if a person is dropping Kuda and you know you have Kuda Bank, Kuda's allow for Kuda payment method. You pay from Kuda so that the person can get it fast. If the person is dropping OPay, you pay from OPay so that the person can get it fast. So, I mean, things like this, little things like this will help you set your business ahead of other competitors because you're going to be competing with other merchants. And the best service you put out there, you get the best feedback from people, from sellers and buyers, from customers. And just like I said, you are the representative of Quidax. If you're not paying, if you're not ready for business, you have no business on the Quidax platform. This program, this academy is for people that really want to learn, that see these merchant program as an avenue to make money. So that's that. And one other thing, after you design your own framework. If you know you have trusted escrow where you can sell your coin to, trusted escrow where you can sell your coin to, trusted escrow now where you can sell your coin to. One other thing I would put to you guys is that Quidax has this new feature called order book. Very, very efficient. Very efficient. If you can buy on the P2P platform to use the order book on Quidax to sell your trade, if you can buy on P2P platform to use the order book to sell your trade, you're being smart. If the other book is buying 1487 or 1485, and you can buy the coin on P2 on Quidax P2P cheaper, you don't buy it on Quidax P2P and take it to the other book and then sell there. This is Quidax giving you two opportunities at the same time. If you don't know, although I'm not supposed to say this, but you know, I just have to say it because we all want to make money. So repeat the process, spend quality time with the market. This is more like you're in a college. This is more like you're in a college, you're trying to learn. There's no way you're not spending quality time with the market and you feel like you want to make something out of the market. You won't. Trust me, best believe. You might buy USDC for 1488. If you don't spend quality time and the market is dropping, there's no way you know how to flip your coin to make profit. There is no way you know how to flip your naira to make profit if you don't spend quality time with the market. Sometimes randomly, if you're not doing anything, your holidays, your leisure time, just grab your phone, check the market. What's today's rate? What's today's rate on Quidax? What's the other book doing? If the other book is having a lower rate, if the other book is having a lower rate, you can buy from the other book and sell on P2P. So please, I want to beg everyone who are here today that you should see this as an opportunity to make something good for yourself. And if you do this repeatedly, trust me, you'll smile at the end of the day. So the next one is I'll be giving tips on how to build trust and how to build trust and getting customers come back to you repeatedly. That's the next thing. So the next thing, I've made mention of it earlier, you have to be fast, you have to be prompt, you have to pay fast. The next one is you carry yourself as a brand, as a business. You don't carry yourself as an individual. You portray yourself as a brand. Hello, sir, I'm on this payment. Please hold on, be patient, be respectful. You're trying to attract someone to come to you for for another trade. You have to be respectful. If the people will talk to you rudely, some would even insult you because they are selling to you or because they want to buy from you. But I mean, logically, you should know the things that you should say on a P2P platform. And let me put this to you, every P2P merchants. You're not allowed to insult someone on a P2P platform. It's completely against the rule of P2P trading. You cannot insult someone. You cannot tell the person that, are you mad? It's nothing like that on a P2P platform. Rather, you tell the person, please be patient. If you're not patient, I want to cancel the order. So things like that would help you carry yourself as company, carry yourself as a business, not as an individual. I said it earlier. You have to build effective communication. One other thing is you build trust. Don't give trust easily on P2P platform. Please, as a merchant, someone paid you, you've not received the money, and you rush to go and release the asset. There's nothing like that on P2P platform. Even though Quidax might be willing to assist you on how to recover your money, which is not the right thing for them to do, they will definitely assist you, but they are going out of their own pockets. Being a local exchange, being the number one local exchange in Nigeria, they are going out of their pockets to assist you on how to recover your money. But normally, you build trust gradually. Someone told you that, oh, they've made payments, they're showing you received. Sir, I have not received the value with me. So please hold on. As long as the asset is with the escrow, which is Quidax. So hold on. I've not received value. When you receive the value, be prompt. You can even show the person that I got this payment 10:28 this morning. Apologies for every inconvenience. I got this payment 10:28 this morning, so I'm releasing your assets now. Things like that will help you build your brand. Things like that will help you build your P2P business. And one other thing, like I said earlier, you have to spend quality time on the market. Another thing is that as soon as people start trading with you, take time to do additional KYC with them. That's one major problem we have in this business. People don't do additional KYC with their customers. Quidax has done the normal KYC, but take time to do additional KYC. If you feel like something is suspicious, reach out to Quidax. Like, oh, I feel like something is going on that I don't really understand. I feel like this trade is suspicious. This person is bringing too much volume. Please help look into this. Quidax has a team that would review whatever risk that is being imposed on you. So quickly, you've seen that injury that is coming to destroy you, or you've seen that problem that is coming to destroy you, rather, sorry. Ahead of time, you're calling the attention of Quidax. So maybe when there's any problem with the law enforcement, which is one major problem we have in this business, you show them that we have reached out to Quidax team. I did additional KYC. I went out of the box to show that, okay, I'm a right, I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the right thing. I'm just a business person. no hidden agenda. So things like this will save you in times of trouble. Do additional KYC. A customer traded with you 3 months ago, 6 months ago. You're coming back after 6 months to trade with you. The first thing you should ask, sir, where have you been? Things like that are important. People take things like that for granted, but you need to ask in order to protect you, to protect your own finance, because your own money is the weapon you have that you're fighting against hard times out there. You don't want anything to happen to your money. So ask them questions like, okay, ask them questions like, I hope you're paying with a very clean money, because there is no way the system is being designed. People would want to make attempt to pay you with banana. People would even deliberately, they will pay. And then they will go to the bank that, oh, these are issues that merchants have faced over the years. They will go to the bank and then they will tell the bank that, oh, they never made the payments. But because of the fact that we have a local exchange here that is SEC approved, that knows the regulatory framework of Nigeria as a whole. So one good thing is that Quidax system is designed. The system is designed according to Nigeria's regulatory framework. So maybe there's anything, Quidax can also assist if you do the right thing. If you've done the right thing, they can also assist and by reaching out to the law enforcement that, oh, it's just a P2P merchant. He has not violated he has not violated or he has not committed any offense. So that's why we need to embrace local exchanges over foreign exchange. And one other thing that you need to know is that most of these foreign exchange now, they have fee out there. And there is no way you can compete with other people out there if an exchange has fee. One good thing that Quidax is doing is that there's no fee. There's no fee. The merchant fee is very, very cheap. I think you're depositing about $2 thereabouts or $1 thereabouts to become a merchant compared to the bulk amount of money you drop outside other platforms to become a merchant. So this is a golden opportunity for everyone. You can tap into this opportunity. So before we proceed to the next part of this lesson, I would like anyone to, if you have any question, because I see a lot of people are raising their hands there. Ebun, would you like this to be an interactive class, or would you allow me to take questions after the lecture has been completed?
So I think for you to take a breather, you've done amazingly well so far. I'll just have some of my colleagues answer some of the questions on the Q&A before we move on to the next section that you want to walk us through. Is that fine?
Yeah, I think that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, Deborah. Hi, Aremu. Can you hear me? So somebody is asking, what is KYC? They want to learn what does KYC mean. So Richard had mentioned KYC during the building trust parts, that before you give your trust to your customers, you need to be sure that they've done KYC. What is KYC and how is it important in P2P trade?
Okay. Thank you, Ebon. Is that question to me or to the Quidax team?
It's to the Quidax team.
Okay.
Deborah and Aremu, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay. Aremu, do you want to take that?
Yeah, sure. Good evening, everyone, once again. Good evening, Richard, and thank you so much for the knowledge you've shared in the session so far. So, what is KYC and what value does it provide when you are trading on the P2P platform? So, KYC is basically an acronym for Know Your Customer, right? And it's very similar to the way banks operate. Like everyone who has operated a traditional bank knows that you need to provide some form of information to the bank, things like your name, your address, and all of those things. And it's just a way to be sure that one, you're a real human being. Sounds weird, right? But yeah, just to confirm that when you're a real human being and there are actual certified documents from the government that proves that, oh, this person is a citizen of Nigeria and probably they have like bank accounts in Nigeria. So that way, if for example, if you're on the P2P marketplace and someone tries to move money, there is sufficient information on the Quidax end to ensure that you're able to track it, we're able to track down that person. So for example, there was an instance that Richard gave earlier, which is, oh, one thing you need to look out for. Well, for a fact, one of the things we've done at Quidax is one, nobody can actually trade on the P2P marketplace without us collecting some form of information from them, which is like basic KYC, right? And as merchants, because we want to increase the trust level of the people that we are bringing on as merchants within Quidax, you must be on the advanced KYC level for you to even become a merchant. So yeah, so the whole essence of the KYC is just to ensure that if anybody decides to move money, there is enough information to be able to track down that individual and probably hand them over to like the law as required or as the case may be. Everyone, I don't know if that answered the question.
Yeah, absolutely. You answered the question. So someone is asking, for we the newbie, please details on how to place the advert on P2P, since you said we need to know it well before placing adverts. So for this, it's pretty straightforward, right? I'm going to drop the link to a step-by-step guide on how you can apply to be a merchant on Quidax and how you can place an advert. And if you are having issues with getting it done, please don't hesitate to reach out to us on Telegram, a DM on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Quidax Global. But I'm also going to drop the link to our support channels and then the step-by-step guide as well, so that you can follow it. This question is from Olanike Atere. I'm sorry if I'm not saying your name right. So one can KYC a buyer. So like Aremu said, you don't necessarily even need to carry out KYC on your own, because on Quidax you cannot trade without completing some levels of KYC. So we've taken that burden off you. What other platforms can you advise on using with Quidax for arbitrage trading? What other platforms can you advise on using with, I'm not sure I understand this question. What other platforms can you advise on using with Quidax for arbitrage? I want to believe this person means arbitrage trading. Okay. I believe you can use to check rates. We have rates on Quidax when you log in. Before you even log in on the homepage, you can see rates of different coins. You can also check CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap is a website where you can check rates as well for different cryptos across different exchanges. What is KYC? We've answered that. What is the order book fee charges? Is the order book fee capped? How do I factor in the order book charge into my trade to still make a profit? Aremu, do you want to respond to this?
Okay, yeah, so that's fine. So the question is regarding the fees on order book, right? So like you're aware, basically within the crypto space, right? Like Richard mentioned the other time, right? Most of everything around crypto is usually like an exchange. What that means is that there's a maker and there's a taker, right? So on the Quidax order book, so the order book pretty much operates the same way. The only thing is just it's a bit more technical and probably like for people who already like used to trading. So on Quidax, right? For the USDT engine market, I'll be zeroing in on that alone, especially considering the fact that that's like the markets that we also have open for P2P trading. And by the way, when I say market, I'm not referring to like the literal market. I'm referring to two currency pair, which in this case is USDT and engine. So when you have like a crypto asset and a fiat asset like Naira, when you bring the two together, those two coin pairs refers to a market, just for like maybe crypto newbies that might be on the call. So at Quidax, we charge a 0.1% taker fee. So what that means is that if you today you go on the order book, right, and you decide to either sell your USDT for engine, we take just 0.1% of that, and our maker fee is 0%. Some other exchanges take 0.1% on both the maker fee and the taker fee, which means that whether you're buying or selling, the exchange charges you. But for Quidax, what we charge is just 0.1% for on the order book. So yeah, I hope that helps to clear things out.
Absolutely. Thank you, Aremu. Hi, Richard. We are ready to enter the next phase of this class.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Hebo. Also, Aremu, thank you for answering some of these questions. I was expecting a couple of questions because I was going through the chat. I really wanted people to ask reasons why we use P2P. That should be the first question. Why we use P2P? That should be the first question anyone wants to ask. So reasons why we use P2P is number one, P2P has a competitive rate. That's number one. Number two, flexibility. Other payment methods. You have access to other payment methods, some international payment methods, some local payment methods. Flexibility. Number three, it's security and privacy. Maybe you don't want anyone to know that okay, you want to change money, and just go to the P2P platform and then you change it there rather than selling to your vendor, something like that. And then one other thing is that you also have access to international marketplace, because on the P2P marketplace, you would have the opportunity to meet different people from different regions. There are other business entities in Nigeria that do crypto a whole lot. They'll come to the platform. They want to buy. So be open to them so that they can, patronize you, and so that you can also have access to connect with other people that has access to the other country marketplace. That's major reason why people use P2P. One other thing I would like to dwell on is the fact that we as merchants, one thing we should consider is, do we really have any platform that merge innovation and regulations together since the history of P2P? Since the history of P2P, a couple of other exchanges, they've gone out of the marketplace. Some cannot even stand the Nigerian marketplace. But for you to know, for Quidax to get licensed, they've gone through a whole lot. They've gone through a whole lot to make sure that the Nigerian government accept crypto. And trust me, I'm not I want to give this to you now, that if there's anything that Quidax will be looking out for, is the fact that they can curb any problem that would happen within the local environment. Or maybe, for instance, there's nothing like you're trading on one exchange that the exchange will release your money to, they release your asset to the person without the person having, without you confirming payment. Maybe because there's a delay in dropping evidence on the appeal. There's nothing like that. So they would assist you. They would assist you to get down to the bottom of some of the problems that might be bigger than you. And also one thing is that Quidax know, I said it earlier, that they understand the regulatory framework of Nigeria. So the product is built on that standard. The product is built on that standard. It's not as if another exchange that comes from another country. Some of these people, they don't even take time to go through the tech standard. But whatever technology Quidax is building is built on SEC standard, SEC framework. So it's not as if the law enforcement will come after you and then ask you that, why have you done this? You can tell them that Quidax is a licensed exchange in Nigeria. They're allowed to do this under their license. That it covers a whole lot. Trust me. This is not I'm not doing any campaign for this at all. But these are things that we as traders have been longing for a very long time. We as traders, we've been longing for a very long time that, okay, which of these exchange will come up with a license to actually protect the people? And now we have Quidax. So you can do your P2P business freely. And you can do your P2P business freely. Just ensure that you do the right thing. You follow through. If you're earning, you just do what's right. If you want to pay from a business account, get SCOMO certificate, just do what is needful as a business entity so that you don't have problem. And then later you say it's Quidax. Nothing of such. So if you do the right thing, spend the quality time on the market, you have all the problems solved. So I think I would like to practicalize the whole question of how to create ads, or people don't know how to create ads. Let me see how I can share my screen.
I see you are paying attention to the tax question. Don't worry, just we're going to address the Q&A later. Just continue with the class so you don't lose your train of thought.
Can anyone see my screen?
I can see your screen.
Can you see my screen? Can you see the Quidax app?
Yes.
Okay. So earlier before this call, I created an advert. As you can see, this is Q Pandosh. I just practicalized it like $5,000. This is my price. I did everything there. So if anyone wants to come, you can open the order and then sell to any of the merchants on the list. So if you want to apply for merchants, you come here. That's after you have a solid Quidax account. You must have done KYC. KYC implies KYC means know your customer, just like Aremo has said. If you want to apply for merchants, you come here. But since I've done all of that, I will just go to publish ads. Oh, okay. Sorry, I have to log in into my Quidax account. Sorry, I might have to turn off for the sake of privacy. Sorry about that. Ebun, can you see my screen?
Not at all. No,
Okay,
not
okay.
at all.
I want to be so sure that you cannot see my screen.
Don't worry. You can't see your screen. I was even going to remove you from the call if you had.
I won't be so. I won't make that mistake. Sorry, guys. I'm on it. Okay, I'm almost done. Okay. Um, can you see my screen now? Ebo, please confirm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. I can
So
see.
yeah, quickly, I would like to create an advert. So you want to, depending on what you want to do, it depends on what you want to do. If you have assets, maybe you are a vendor, whatever you have. If you have assets, people sold to you, clean coins. If you have assets, people sold to you can bring it here to the sell market. I mean here. So, but if you want to buy, coming to the Quidax marketplace, you click here, buy. The currency is Naira, NGN. Available. Just put $10,000. It's always advisable to use custom whenever you're setting an advert so that your advert will not be going up and down with the current market price. That's the Quidax market price. So because you want to be in control of the price, you're advised to click on custom. So rate today so far has been between 1485 and 1480. So let's assume you want to do 1481. You get, so you set your minimum now. For some people, they don't like to buy below 500k. So because you're just starting, you just do 100k. Click 100k. The max, depending on whatever you have in your account. Let's just put 1 million naira. Yeah, 1 million naira. So payment window 30 minutes. That's the payment time. If you're just starting, I will also advise you to leave the minimum number of transactions of the other party. This implies that this particular part implies that if if the seller has not done any trade at all, and out of good faith, the seller just wants to sell to you or maybe buy from you, you would fall within the category of the advert that will be shown to the buyer or the seller. So maybe as time goes on, when you improve your standard, you can set it to whatever standard you want. So you leave it on 0, failure time 30 days. Payment method, like I mentioned earlier, bank transfer, OPay, PalmPay. For someone like me, I like Kuda. Click Kuda over PalmPay. Optional. So here you can put on this part, you can put your terms and conditions. Maybe no third party payments. You write it there. No, because some people are so adamant. The policy says no third party payment. They would still want to pay with third party account. So just put it there again for the sake of safety reasons. No third party payment. Just compose a whole lot. Your guideline. If you want the person to just act according to your terms and condition. Write whatever you want to write there. Blah blah blah. You write it there, and then advertising message. Maybe just cheers to good trade. Something like that. Just write something reasonable there, and then publish ads. Set another. Then you go back here. Trade. P2P trading. So as you can see, I have 2 adverts on the Quidax, on Quidax P2P platform. See, I want to put this out. Quidax is so helpful in the sense that you can open 2 adverts. That does not mean that Quidax is a place for indiscipline. Indiscipline will not be tolerated. But just take a look at this. Just take a look at this. Q Pandosh, 10K USDT. And I have another one, Q Pandosh, 5K USDT. One at 1,481, one at 1,480. So if I feel like, oh, the price out there is so high, I can just decide, go to the advert, change the advert to 1,485, and then put my ads over every other person that wants to buy on the market so that I can get orders very, very quick. So I just showed us how to create ads on the P2P platform. Also, if you want to buy on the platform, like you're going there now to buy on the platform, just click buy. There's a wide range of traders. Selling at a very cheaper rate compared to other exchanges. We have the first person here. This merchant has 551 USD. We have another person with 500. We have just a whole lot of them here. Just a whole lot of them. So more like what I was saying earlier, I want us to view this practically now. Look at the first person on the Quidax merchant. Is selling 1,488. The person is selling 5,000 naira to 250K. Now, if you go to the sell market, the first thing you do is you move within that same range. The same first person who is the same merchant here, the same merchant that has 69 trades with completion rating of credibility of 99.2, very, very fair. 99.2. The same person is buying for 1,481. Look at it, 1,481. Meaning that the person is making 7 naira. If that trader is making a spread of 7 naira, if the trader completes a trade of $100,000 in a day, he has made 700K for himself. That's the maths behind it. Some days when market is good, you can make as much as that. Some days when market is bad, you might not make as much as that 700,000. You might make maybe a little lower. But whatever the case is, you're making money, you're doing something. And best believe we have people outside the country that are making money from these P2P merchants. So it's a perfect opportunity for anyone that wants maybe you have like a job that you're doing that is not really working for you. Just be open to new things, learn this one as well, apply for the merchant program, and then enjoy the benefits. So maybe other times when we have other classes, if I'm still the same person to take you through the journey, if it's going to be another person, just pay close attention. And then I think life has a lot to reward you with if you do your best in whatever you do. So I think that's just all for now. I'll leave the floor to Evan. Thank you, everyone.
Please, a round of applause for Professor Richard. Thank you so much. This was really insightful and super helpful as well. We are grateful you are here with us. There are some questions in. Let me see if we have new questions on P2P. So Oladele, Richard, this question is for you.
Okay.
Oladele is asking, how do merchants know what rates to set? For example, when the top trader sets 1,480, could another merchant set 1,495 just to make his ads top up? And also, if that's it, how do Quidax regulate excessive rates by merchants?
Okay, thank you. This is a very practical question. At first, let's use the logic of a basic trader. We are not doing anything magic here. We are operating under the economics of buying and selling. What you buy, what you sell. Simple as ABC. I want to come to the lowest standard. If you buy Gary, or if you buy a car, if you buy a car for, there's no car, I don't know. If you buy a car of 1 million naira, do you want to sell the car? How am I supposed to put this? If you buy a car of 1 million naira, are you going to sell that car for 500,000 naira? You just bought that same car today. Are you going to sell that car for 500,000 naira? If now you're operating like a business person, not charity. This is not charity. This is not giveaway. I'm not giving you this thing for free. I'm not. Obviously, you're trading USDT, so you're not giving it out for free. Now, this practical question is: you're buying 1,495. What is the reference price for today? Who will buy 1,495 from you? That's the question you should ask yourself. Take USDT of 1,495 across Nigeria. Outside Nigeria, if anybody buys that rate from you, something is wrong when the market is not there. Then you should know that if anybody is setting 1,495, the person is just there to trick you. And then maybe in your DM in the chat, the person will be telling you that, oh, they want to, you're going to remit certain amount of money. Trust me, if Quidax notice that you're doing something of such, you'll pay the price. And it's not just Quidax alone, it's applicable to other exchanges. Why would you buy what you cannot sell? That's the point. You saw the first merchant I used as reference there. The guy is buying 1,481 and he's selling 1,488. Basic economics. Initially, when I started this whole conversation, I said, create a framework for yourself. It would be so stupid of any merchant to create a framework that is not reasonable. Sorry, I have to use that word. You're creating a framework. Why will you buy 1,4? How will you buy? How? It's not possible when you want to sell 1,495. You want to buy 1,495 when the market reference price for today is 1,485. Are you doing charity of 10 naira profit? It does not work like that. If you buy Gary of thank you. Sorry.
No. Finish.
If you buy Gary as a small trader, if you buy Gary of 10 naira, you have to sell it 20 naira to make profits. You cannot buy Gary of 20 naira and sell it 10 naira. It's if the market value of Gary is not 10 naira, you cannot sell it 10 naira. It does not make any sense. If the reference price for today, you can check all the exchanges, and trust me, P2P have competitive rate compared to other exchanges. So that's why Quidax is bringing this offer to you that come and be a merchant and seize this opportunity. And then you're making people happy because you're buying a competitive rate. And then you can also sell on competitive ground because trust me, you know the number one exchange in Nigeria. And out of the 140 million people in Nigeria, different companies are looking at the reference price on all these exchanges. So they will come to Quidax to bid you. Some will even come and buy. People that want to do futures, come and buy. People that want to do spot trade will come and buy. People that even want to do the same P2P, and they can even afford your spread. I'm not saying you should quote unreasonable price. Please, let's be logical. It's not a place of magic. If you want to do magic, you can find another place to go. It's a place where you have to work hard, apply knowledge, basic economics principle, do what's right. Just even if you don't go to school, even if you don't have anything, you are buy what you can sell. And then sell what you want to make profit of, so that you don't say, oh, the policy is not working for you. And then you get that's the problem most people have. Or they feel like, oh, they're not making profit of this. Did you create a framework? Did you design a framework that would work for your trading pattern? So that's just it. I'll leave that question to that person to, just dwell on the rest and then do what's needful.
Thank you. Thank you so much. To add to the question that the person asked on what does Quidax do to regulate, Aremu and Deborah, please let me know if you can answer this question, because I know that on Quidax you can't set ridiculous rates on P2P. But to answer this person, so they're asking how does Quidax regulate excessive rates? Is it even possible in the first place? How does Quidax regulate excessive rates set up by merchants? The person added that we have cases of fraud fund, people trying to offload fast at higher rates. So I want to know if there are measures of regulations for it. I think Quidax is in the best position to answer. Deborah Aremu, does anyone of you want to take this question?
Okay, yeah, I can go. Good evening, everyone, once again. So yeah, I think one of the things that Richard mentioned earlier is the fact that Quidax is one of the first SEC licensed exchanges in Nigeria, and having that license comes with a lot of responsibility, because one of the things, or one of the historical issues within the crypto space, is the fact that people sometimes use P2P platforms to manipulate like dollar rates and all of those things. Yeah, so there's regulation in place for rates, right? However, just like Richard mentioned as well, the whole point of a peer-to-peer or a person-to-person platform is also like responsibility for you as a merchant and also as a buyer, right? If you set a ridiculous price, right, people will most likely not engage with you. And if you're on the marketplace as well, you see ridiculous prices, right? You are not expected to like necessarily like engage with those prices. So yeah, so that's basically it in a nutshell. Yeah, so there's a mandate that comes with the license that we have, and also like responsibility also falls on buyers and sellers on their part as well.
Thank you. Aremu, don't go yet. There's one last question before we call it a night or an evening. But before we go to the last question, guys, we are Quidax Global across all social media platforms. You can follow us and share everything that you've learned this evening and tag us so people can see what they're missing out on. We will not ask you for your password. We will not ask you for your login details. We won't ask you for your auth codes. If anyone does that, the person is a scammer. Please report them and block them. We are Quidax Global across all channels, and there's no full stop, there's no comma, there's no underscore, just Quidax Global. Please follow us and tag us if you're posting anything about this session. You can also tag us on your Instagram stories as well. So the last question here is, so for the rest of the questions, we'll try as much as possible to respond on Telegram after this session, and then you can also reach out to us through our DMs if you have more questions. So Aremu, this person is asking, does merchants require to deposit certain amount of money on to Quidax as security during the period of merchants?
Okay, so I'm guessing that's during the application process. So yeah, to become an ordinary merchant today, we take a token, and put it that way, of just one USDT. And for you to become a super merchant, we take another token of just 2 USDT. And if at any point in time you no longer want to be a merchant on Quidax, we return the funds back into your wallet. So yeah, that's basically all that it takes to be a merchant on Quidax today.
Thank you so much. Richard, any last words to our students today?
I wish everyone a good journey on becoming a merchant of Quidax. So just do your best and then give it quality time, do some market research. All the best, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you to everybody who has taken time to join us this evening. We'll be back with another class on Monday, next week, Monday, 13th of October. Be on the lookout on our social media platforms so you have details before you join. You can reach out to us at support@quidax.com or on our socials, Quidax Global, if you need more help or you have more questions that we have not been able to answer on this call. Have a wonderful evening, everyone, and see you on Monday. Bye.